Right now, I'm standing at 12th and Muhammad Ali just moments ago where that shooting took place in broad daylight. Take a look. You can see traffic is back and steady. Take a look. Still an active scene with heavy police presence and yellow crime scene tape as police are still investigating exactly what happened. You can still see that there are still some Indiana State Police cars right here. Winds were so powerful, it picked up this tree which landed right here in this driveway. You can see where the roof has completely been blown away at Jazz and Jack's Pizza Shop. If you come with me this way and you take a walk, you can see just where this gutter right here is hanging by a limb. Indiana State Police say Clifford Smith's body was discovered near this area along the Wright River in 1982. And the Norton Healthcare Goodwill Opportunity Campus is just a walking distance to Norton's West Louisville Hospital that is set to open in 8 months. More than 15 cars can fit in this yard from here all the way down right near the entrance to Churchill Downs. Today, David James is a deputy mayor in the Greenberg administration, but he once worked as a narcotic detective for Louisville Metro Police during Ricky Kelly's violent crime spree. James says Ricky Kelly's release concerns him greatly now that he is back on the streets.
And set a penalty off the table.
Ricky Lewis Kelly, known as one of Louisville's notorious killers, is free. A free man after serving 8 years, 5 months, and 10 days in an eastern Kentucky prison.
Now, do you have any objection to going?
Kelly was sentenced to 10 years in November of 2017 after pleading guilty to manslaughter in the 2005 death of Lawante Jackson. But 3 years before that, he was indicted on 8 counts of murder.
It concerns me greatly. He was involved with a lot of bad things that happened here in our city, and so to know that he's not in prison anymore is very concerning.
The current deputy mayor, David James, was working as a narcotics detective for Louisville Metro Police. He still remembers the 8 murders Kelly was tied to, but never faced charges for, including the death of Gail Duncan, a narcotics drug informant who was gunned down in front of her 9-year-old daughter at her home in 1996.
The connections he has to homicides in our community are something like I've never seen before, quite frankly.
Ricky Kelly was connected to the murder of 20-year-old Deron Cole. Cole was a former Eastern High School student who was gunned down back in 2005. However, Kelly was never convicted or charged in Cole's death. In 2017, prosecutors shared they didn't have enough evidence to connect Kelly to any other murders, only manslaughter in the death of one man, Lawante Jackson.
In the criminal justice system, there are people that sometimes have the ability to slip through the system and use the law to their side to get away with certain things.
James says the only people who should be concerned now that Kelly is free are those who were involved in some of Kelly's illegal activity at that time. As you can see, the lights are pitch black tonight on the 2nd Street Bridge. And just a few minutes ago, crews with KYTC just wrapped up their first day of inspection. They were really inspecting how safe that bridge is now and what changes need to be made moving forward. But at this time, there is no clear estimate on how long it will take them to fully inspect and when the bridge will reopen. The semi owned by Cisco Foods crossing the 95-year-old Clark Memorial Bridge is left hanging off the edge after police say it was involved in a 4-vehicle crash, skidding off the side but holding tight. We asked KYTC State Highway Engineer James Bollinger if semis should be allowed to travel across the 4-lane bridge.
At this time, we would expect that it would still be able to carry commercial truck traffic into downtown Louisville. It is an important connection. But certainly we will evaluate that. It was last inspected in September of 2023, fair condition.
Bollinger says the bridge will be closed for quite some time for an inspection. Louisville fire and first responder crews were on scene in just 3 minutes. In 40 minutes, firefighter Bryce Carden started rescuing the driver from the dangling truck.
You see crashes on the 2nd Street Bridge from time to time, but nothing like what you see behind.
The recovery effort caught the attention of sightseers like Noah Stinson. He and others were on Louisville
Louisville's 4th Street Wharf.
I feel like they need to do something about like widening the bridge or make it like one lane each way.
Mayor Craig Greenberg says 2 other people involved in the crash were taken to U of L Hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Please keep them and their families in your prayers this afternoon and evening.
Louisville Fire Chief Brian O'Neill shared how his team have been prepared through training and how they were concerned about the recovery effort.
What if it slips? What if it falls? If it doesn't hold still, we then would have to transfer to a dive rescue. So we had our rescue divers on hand, ready to go.
While it's not clear at this time which direction the semi was traveling, safety remains top priority. Bollinger says his team won't know what will need to be done until after the inspection.
Once we see the results of the accident investigation, though, we will take a look at that as and examine and see if any changes need to be made.
And KYTC crews will be back again during the day tomorrow, completing another day of inspection. The bridge will remain closed until they fully assess the damage done on the bridge and when it is deemed safe for traffic to flow again. And tonight, LMPD tells us the driver of that semi is okay. She suffers from minor injuries. Reporting live in Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 1119 on your side.
TARC is working to make buses more reliable on 4 of its most popular routes: 4th Street, Broadway, the route known as Dixie Rapid, and Preston Highway. When a bus is running late, it will switch to drop-off only.
If they could drop a couple more, it'd probably help a lot of people. It's made me late to work a couple times.
Jonathan Kidwell has been riding TARC buses for more than 20 years. He rides the 4th Street bus frequently, and he's learning to be patient with the new system.
4th Street's getting a lot better. It kind of threw me off in the beginning because they changed up the routes. So now you have 2 different 4th Street buses instead of 1.
When one bus is drop-off only, a trailing bus is supposed to come behind in less than 5 minutes to pick up boarding riders.
And TARC is improving their performance one bus at a time, making its experience easier for its riders.
We can make these buses more reliable. That's going to have an effect up and down the system.
TARC found a 4% improvement from August to December when they launched the 23 Broadway pilot program in the fall last year. Now the improved ride time will be implemented to bus number 4, 4th Street, bus number 10, Dixie Rapid, along with 23 Broadway and 28 Preston Highway. 45% of TARC rides have been from these 4 routes since June of 2023.
Looking at what we were able to do in the fall, we have high hopes that we're going to see a big step forward.
The buses are monitored in real time by the control center, and TARC is hoping they can come every 15 minutes or less a day.
That 15 minutes could save somebody, getting home in time to actually get their kids off the bus.
Overall, Kidwell looks forward to the improved rider experience through the operational schedule adherence program.
They're trying to do what they can, so I definitely appreciate the 15 minutes. It definitely makes a big difference.
Remaining hopeful that he will arrive to his destination sooner. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 1119 on your side.